So today I have a miracle story to share. Literally, a miracle from God happened to my family and I this weekend, and it just uplifted my spirit so much that I hope it can be of an encouragement to you. But first off, we're going to start off with the Bible verses for today. Psalm 34:17, the righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Psalm 18:6, in my distress I called upon the Lord, and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Psalm 55:16-17, as for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. Psalm 66:17-20, I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. But verily God hath heard me, he hath attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. And then the last verse is in Psalm 142. I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplication. I poured out my complaint before him. I showed before him my trouble. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, then thou knowest my path. In the way wherein I walked have they privily laid a snare for me. I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me, no man cared for my soul. I cried unto thee, O Lord, I said, thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living. Attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors, for they are stronger than I. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with them. Okay, so we got all the Bible verses, and if you didn't notice, the Bible verses, what they have in common is just crying out to God and God hearing you, and just how much God cares for us. So the miracle story that I'm going to share is that on Friday and Saturday, we had a women's conference. Love the women's conferences. They're always encouraging. Most of the ladies will share a lesson or their testimony. And one of the ladies that had shared her testimony, she had shared just so many troubles, very big trials that she went through in her life. Specifically, she spoke about she had her first kid, and then she had 5 miscarriages, back to back to back, after God gave her 9 kids, not including the miscarriages. And then she shared how her eldest son passed away when he was 17. She was just so encouraging in her faith in God, despite having to go through that. And I thought that was very admirable. We also had just fun girl time. So I remember coming back from the women's conference feeling very happy and just excited to apply what I had learned. My mom and my sister, we were talking about it. So that was kind of a whole day thing. So we left around 9 in the morning. We didn't get home until 6 p.m. We were excited because we had gotten teriyaki bowls and fresas con crema. So we were just excited to just come home, hang out with my dad and eat, And we get home, and again, if you don't have dogs, you might think this is a little dramatic, but if you have dogs, you know that your dogs become a part of your family, seriously. And so we have 4 dogs, 2 big, 2 little. And we got home to a missing dog, okay? My little girl, Tess. Let me show you. Tess, come here. Okay, this little girl, okay? So we get home, she's not in our house, okay? And we kind of start questioning, did she run out? Is she hiding somewhere? Not to make it too long, she ran away, okay? We were in a rush in the morning, and so we're assuming what had happened is she ran out through the garage, because we have the cameras, and we didn't see her run out the front door, and we didn't see her run out the back door because the garage, because she's very small, okay? She's a little morky, okay? So she's small. And so obviously we start panicking, and we're going around the neighborhood. We live in a gated community, so we're going in the neighborhood, asking our neighbors if they've seen her. We're going right outside the gated community, asking if anyone's seen her. We're just looking everywhere for her, and we don't find her. So we print out, or my dad, he prints out lost dog posters. We're posting them everywhere, in our gated community, around the area. wondering where she could have gone, because, you know, we were kind of hoping it didn't happen, obviously, but we were like, okay, we don't see any dogs like ran over nearby, you know, but it had been since 9 in the morning, so it'd been like hours that she'd been gone. Again, gonna speed this up, okay? We go to sleep, didn't find her. Sad, very, very sad. We posted her like online, seeing it, if anyone had seen the missing dog. Then it's Sunday. We're gonna be at church all day. We're just like anxiously waiting for news, seeing if anyone has found her, like waiting, like if anyone texts or calls, and we hear nothing. And again, we get home around 9 p.m. Like, okay, let's go look for her again. We're out for like 30-45 minutes. We're calling her name. Her name is Tesla or Tessie. So we're shouting her name everywhere, specifically within our gated community, because we kind of had the suspicion that one of our neighbors might have her, just because she's so small. So she couldn't have ran very far. She ran away one time. She's a runner, so we always got to be watching out for her. But she ran away one time, and she ran like in a circle back to our house. So we're like, we feel like somebody has her or something really bad happened to her. It's about 9:45. We're like, we didn't find her again. Just super sad. My dad's kind of like encouraging us, trying to help us feel better, saying he's gonna find her. But if I'm being honest, I lost hope. Okay, I was fully not expecting to find her again. I was like, we're not gonna find her. And just feeling so sad, because she's such a good girl, and just hoping that she's okay. And the worst part is just not knowing what happened, where she is, like just not knowing. That was the worst part. And so 10:30 we decide to go to sleep, and I'm hugging my other little dog, and I just start sobbing, okay? Because there's literally, like, we've done everything we possibly can to find her, and there's nothing that we can do anymore. And so the last resort that I have, which should have been my first, but I'm just being honest here, is to just literally cry out to God. Like, I was laying down, sobbing, hugging my other dog, and just crying out to God. And I was just like, God, please help us find my little girl. Like, please help her be okay. Like, let us know that she's okay. Or like, because we just felt so much, what's the word, like opposite of peace. Because again, she's literally like the perfect dog. I'm not even just saying that because she's my dog. And so I was just crying out to God, literally crying, praying like, God, please, please, okay? And of course I felt comforted knowing like I already gave this to God, and in my head I really didn't think we were gonna find her even after praying. But I kind of was just like this is a trial that God is giving us. And so I was falling asleep. My sister comes in, and she literally, it's probably like 10 minutes after I did that prayer and then I was falling asleep. She comes in and she says the name of our neighbor, one of our neighbors, and she says she has Tesla. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? And she was like, yeah, like we have her on video. Again, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I don't think people on the internet need to know, but there is a little bit of drama with some of our neighbors and our dogs. And so basically the worst possible person that my dog could have ran to, she ran to, okay? Well, we don't know the whole story of how she ended up with her, but she ended up with like our enemy neighbor, okay? Not actually our enemy, okay? But we have a bit of beef with her, okay? And so the good news is though, like the point of the story, because I guess I shouldn't share like the drama part, but the point of the story is I cried out to God, and it wasn't just me. Like, the crazy part is that we had all gone to sleep, okay? And my mom, she went into the kitchen to go like get her little night snack, and she looks out the window, okay? She literally looks out the window when she went to go get her night snack, and she sees this lady with our dog, like just taking out she took her out to the restroom. And that's when she started recording her, and we're like, that's her. Because we know, you know, everybody knows their dogs, and we know like the way she walks, we know her little hunchback. It was a little while before we were able to get her back, but we got her back. And the point of the story is literally a miracle from God, because she was gone for like one night and like I guess 2 full days. I really didn't think I was gonna get her back, but it was just so uplifting to my spirit to like, I think a lot of times we forget that God listens, and because we don't see anything happening with whatever the situation is that you're praying for, and so you might think that God's not listening or that he's not doing anything about it. And so it was just encouraging to see, like, literally it wasn't just me that was praying, it was my family. We're all praying, and then like we had all gone to sleep, and then my mom decided to get up, and we found our dog. And so it was literally a miracle from God, and we have her back, as I showed you. And she's a little frazzled, but she's doing great. And that's just my encouragement, like, cry out to God. Whatever your situation is, like, you probably have something worse than like your dog getting lost, you know, but God really does hear. And when you feel like you've literally done everything you possibly can and the only thing you have left to do is pray, like, do it, because prayer works. God hears you. And this is not to say like that, you know, just because you pray you're gonna get like what you want, you know. I think this was just like God chose to give her back to us. And you know, I really think the lesson was to cry out to God, because we were trying to find her in our own strength, you know. And I think sometimes you can think it's like silly to pray to God about like little things like that, like your dog, you know. So I think that's why I kind of held back. But truly you can talk to God about everything and anything, and he cares. And yeah, I just wanted to share that, because I literally like when we finally got our dog back, it was just so, like, I literally can't describe it other than amazing. I couldn't believe it. I seriously thought I was never gonna see her again. And it was all about timing. Literally, it was all about timing. If my mom had not gotten up to get her snack, if we had not gone at like, it was late when we went to go knock on this lady's door, but like it all worked out. It was just such an encouragement to know that God cares and he listens. And I hope this helped you, and I hope you have a good day.